Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Hello from my 30-degree, seemingly feels like, craft room. I'm just gonna pull everything up on my computer. Let's see if people are inside crafting or outside in the sunshine. It's a little bit too hot out there for me. I would definitely want to be poolside if I was outside. Let's pull this up. Let's see. Okay. Oh, awesome. It looks good. I had to wrangle with my tripod before starting. It didn't want to stay in place, of course. That's how it goes. We'll wait a few seconds to see if anyone's going to join us. It's harder and harder to stay in the craft room when it's so nice outside. Hi, Margaret. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Today we're going to create a fun Poppystamps shaker card, or we're going to attempt to. Let's see what happens. Hi, Teresa. How are you? How are you? Oh, hi, Jen. Hello, hello. How's everyone's week been doing? What have you been getting up to craft-wise or otherwise? Today our big news of the day is we found there's a little raccoon that's hanging out. We saw him yesterday, and today he was in the backyard and he climbed a tree, and we're all very concerned for him. My husband was like, I was like, oh, what do we do? Do we feed him? And he's like, no, don't feed him. He's a wild animal. He's going to take care of himself. But then we watched him, and he tried to jump over. We think he kind of lives between fences with our neighbors, and he tried to like climb up, but he kept falling. So then he decided he was going to take the tree, and then I don't know. But anyways, long story short, now my husband left water out there for him because it's a really hot day, he says. So it's pretty cute. He seems good, so we'll just keep an eye on him and make sure he's good. The cats are on patrol. They're not necessarily too happy about it, but that's okay. And then now I'm in here hanging out with everyone, so that's exciting. Jan says this may not work long, bad Wi-Fi out there. Well, I'm so glad you popped in. I'm good, I'm good. Let's see what's new and exciting. So this weekend we have 20% off Poppystamps, which make these really super cute little Whittle dies, which all the design team members kind of did a blog hop. So I'm going to link to our hot deal page. We also have, okay, so this is a question I wanted to ask. Who loves Vicky Bouton? Like, put a little thumb or a heart letting me know if you are into Vicky Bouton, because her stuff looks so cool. It's more like mixed media stuff, but even I'm like, hey, that's like just the little accessories that she has. Like, it's pretty, and you know, crafters with pretty things is like I must have. So there's a link there to our hot deals, which is 20% off Vicky Bouton and 20% off Poppystamps this weekend. And if you follow us on Instagram, I kind of been putting up little reels of like behind the scenes stuff, both for my own Instagram feed and also for Scrap and Stamps. So you got kind of a little taste over on Instagram. So I'm just going to link in case you need more inspiration and all that fun stuff. Let's see, we can link to mine, and then we can link to the shop. How many people are on Instagram? Is it a thing? Or not? We all have our favorite places to hang out. I'm still trying to figure out Pinterest. That's what I am trying to conquer. Let's see. Margaret says your card is adorable, and I had some Poppystamps, and I had to buy some Poppystamps yesterday. Woohoo! Awesome. Let's see what else, if I missed anything. Melissa says, I got a shipping notice for my kit. Yay! Yes, they are on its way. I'll show you the kit contents one more time in case people are new. Let's see, there's more people coming in, which is awesome. And one last link. I don't want to spam too much, but I know that it's just easier to click links than to Google it afterwards. It's our blog hop. So all of the design team kind of have little stops, and you leave a comment along the way, and you can win a $50 gift certificate. I have actually a color guide, like a color map up on my blog post. So I'm going to leave it here just in case you like the color combo we do today and you want to take a look. You can easily save it, or you can pin it and then keep it for later. So let's see what else. Oh, of course. how can we forget all the new arrivals that are in the shop? So there's some new MFT, a new Pink and Mane, and new Stempendous if you're interested. I love every morning I like to it's like I wake up, check my Instagram, then I usually go to the scrap and stamp shop and I'm like, what's new? What has just arrived? Because it's we can't walk down the aisles in the stores, so that's kind of my little aisle, if you will. Okay, so I just wanted to show you, this is the card that we made last on Wednesday. I believe it was Wednesday, the last live. Time is just flying by. I just don't time means nothing. I'm just counting down the days till the summer break because virtual school is slowly killing me. And if I didn't have crafting, I don't know. Teresa says, loved your reel today on IG. Super funny. Oh, thanks, Teresa. They're so fun to make, honestly. And it's nice to kind of have a little fun and, it's a little creative outlet, which is nice. Because I do think our hobby it's so specific and it's so funny. Like just the little things that we have, which is probably pretty common across the board. Like if you're into crocheting or if you're into anything, it's kind of super niche, but we all kind of have this connection together because we just get it. Like when I try to explain to my husband stuff, he just looks at me like, what? And it's kind of like when he's trying to explain to me like hockey, I'm like, oh, that's nice. And then it's like, that's nice. We just have a mutual understanding that, like that's his thing, this is my thing, and it's fine. It's fine. So this is the card we created. I just wanted to show you in case you wanted to see what you missed. We did a lot of ink blending for this one too. Basically, love ink blending. And if you saw my reel, when I was moving it to take a picture of it, it wasn't dried, and I actually like smudged it, but I saw it just in time. I even had time to like film a little reel, which is funny. I was like, oh, this is really funny, because I'm sure everybody can relate. And then I was like, I better hurry up before it actually dries and I can't actually fix it. So if you do find it smudges, as long as you notice it right away, you can just kind of add more glossy accents and then no one will know. And then here's the little kit. Melissa was saying, so we have our virtual make and take happening on June 10th. It's going to be live on the Facebook page, Scrap and Stamp page, sorry. So I'm going to be creating all these cards with everyone. If you cannot make the live, or if you ordered your kit when you're watching a live, for example, you can go back and rewatch it. Also, the kit comes with an instruction sheet, so it's kind of at your own pace, whatever you feel like. So there's no pressure to have the kit on the actual day. Yes, it's super fun. I'm gonna love crafting with everyone who gets the kit. That's awesome, but we also want to show everyone in time in case they decide to get it, and they could possibly, fingers crossed, if they ordered it when we did the live, they might get it for Father's Day. They might not, but the cards are pretty generic. Like I kind of made them super niche, but you can also use them for other things. You don't necessarily have to use them for Canada Day or for Father's Day. So this is you get this little cute stamp set in the kit. And then your homework is just to stamp out the image and cut him out, or her, cut the little beaver out. So like I said, the little sentiments are, I kind of didn't use a Canada Day specific sentiment. So you can use it for kind of any birthday theme, Father's Day, any day, birthday. And then here's our little shaker card that we're going to be creating. This one's going to be a little bit easier than the one we're creating today, which is because it comes with the little pouch. And then there's a little bit of faux snow, which I used for foam, which I thought was fun. And then the third card, here's the card with the stamp set. This is what it looks like. And then I made kind of like paper stencils for everyone to use, just in case they don't have the maple syrup stencil and wave stencils. And then this is the third card. So if you're interested, it's up in the shop. The kit is $24, and I'm super excited and I can't wait to hang out with everyone and kind of create these together. And even if you got it after, they're perfect to create on your own if you just wanted to make a card but you don't really know where to start. So that's that. Yay, I'm so excited. What is the foam in the mug? It's actually, I'll show you. It's actually happens to be right here from when I was making the kits. It's actually from Crafter's Companion, they have like fake snow, basically. So I thought, I have this whole box. There's actually a class that we did in the, like around Christmas time that was shaker cards. So that's why I had this originally. And then I thought, well, it's still here. And then I'm like, what can I do with the foam? And then it kind of clicked. And then also, I guess this is a good segue into, if you do see any of our older classes, it's all recorded. You can go back and watch it. So if you wanted to purchase them now, you totally could. Everything is in the kit. The other classes are a little different. They have private Facebook groups. So when you purchase a kit, then you would get invited to join the private Facebook group. And then I'm in there. If you tag me, if you have any questions, I'll answer them. And I love checking out how people create with the kit. So they're there. It's not time sensitive. You don't have to be there that day. So just so you know, because it's all on the website. Yes, I hope it arrives on time. I'm going to cross my fingers for you. So that's that. Okay, all that's out of the way. I'm going to take a sip of water. It's I have the little cool, chill, quote unquote AC that I turn on, and I have to turn it off because it's too loud. So I'm going to be sweating in here and it's going to be great. So I'm just going to take a sip of water. And then here is the card that we're going to be creating today. So if you saw my reel, there was a bit of a plot twist. I made a mistake. When I was doing the shaker element, I had forgotten to put the blue sea background in time. So I had to like kind of quickly remove it and put it down. But by then, all the little pieces kind of moved around a little bit. So it's not perfect. So I thought that was funny. I was like, of course. And I just didn't have time to fix it at the moment. So today I'm hoping it goes a little bit smoother. Let's see what happens. And then here's what they kind of look like. The little dies come in these little envelopes, which is really easy to store. You can kind of put them back and then you can kind of see quickly what you're looking for. So I guess we'll start with some ink blending and then we'll get on to the shaker part. That there, and then I'll show you what the actual dies look like. Because I think they're, I have an avocado one as well that I'm working on a card. So I can show you what that looks like too, just because I think he's cute. Of course, the little die has run away somewhere. He's around somewhere, but this is what it looks like when it's die cut. I just wanted to show you because all the little pieces, at least the ones I have the octopus and the avocado, they come in kind of, it's all together. Like they're not little pieces, they come together like this. So I think that's handy so you won't have to worry about like little pieces that are always lost all the time. So the avocado comes in like one piece with like 3 different cuts. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then this is what the seascape looks like. Put that over here, and then I'm just gonna wipe up the glitter. See, this is why I love sequins so much, because they don't really get all over the place, whereas glitter, love glitter, it just gets everywhere. And clearly, sometimes when I'm creating, I go too fast and then you get glitter everywhere. Hi, Teddy. Oh, is it Teddy? Oh. Hi, Diana. Hello, hello. Swipe all this fun stuff away. Okay, so now we can get to the ink blending. So, oh, you know what? It would help if I had my little media mat. There it is. And it finally happened. It's finally stained. I think if I put it under soap, maybe it'll go away. But I think it's a sign that it's well loved, rather than me just not cleaning it in time. Okay, so we are going to use for the sea chipped sapphire, mermaid lagoon, and tumbled glass. These are kind of like my favorite little ocean color combos. And I'm going to start from the bottom to the top, and I'm going to start from darkest to lightest. So I like to start with kind of a soft touch. This one actually is the distressed ink, so it doesn't come on as chalky, so I just kind of have to add more layers. I personally prefer the oxides, just because it's kind of more of that chalky, opaque look. But it does the job, it gets the job done. You just have to do a couple of layers, and then I'm going to blend it in with Mermaid Lagoon. Like that. See how nicely they blend together. That. And then I'm kind of going out to the edges and then inwards. So just you get kind of like the illusion that the sun light is coming down, and kind of leaving a little bit of a lighter illusion. And then I'm going to go in with tumbled glass. Normally I'd probably wipe my brush, but today we're living on the wild side. I kind of use the same brush for Mermaid Lagoon and tumbled glass, and then for the darker one it has its own because it's just too much of it's too far away in color. And then I'm going to go in with the darker one and start on the edges and go in like this. And then if you go a little heavy-handed, that's okay. You can always continue on blending until you're happy with how it looks. And then I'm going to add in a tiny bit more of tumbled glass. Going to move that out of the way. It's my little die I use to make all of the card bases, but it's being too noisy where it is, so we're going to move it. So that's our little C here. And then I'm going to react the ink with some water. So I just grab a little piece of paper towel, and then I just take an ink block and my water brush pen, and then I just add some to the ink block and then kind of just spray it on. I like it crazy, so I go a little bit, I go all out with this. But if you wanted more of a controlled look, you can kind of control how much or how little you want. I just like to, like I said, obviously live on the edge. So I go all out and I hope that it works out. And usually it does. It just adds a little bit of interest, which is always fun. And now we're going to color in the octopus. So my original inspiration for him was actually my mouse. My mouse is like a gradient, like it's like goes from pink to purple. So I was like, oh, that works out really well. And then it's always kind of a battle now that because I love Kitsch Flamingo so much, and I used to love Worn Lipstick. So Worn Lipstick has kind of been a little bit neglected, which is, you know, it's kind of sad. But so I was like, well, we're gonna do Kitsch Flamingo, and then actually it worked out where this kind of is like the darker pink, and then this is sort of a lighter pink. So they actually worked really well together in this. So I did show Worn Lipstick some love. We still love, 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 love. It's just Kitsch Flamingo has been taking all the love lately. And then on the card front here, these little, I guess they're just, I want to call them, they're not barnacles, but I don't know why that was my first. The little sea flowers, we're going to make them pink with the spun sugar. Oh, thanks, Margaret. Ink blending, honestly, hearts or thumbs up if you love ink blending. It's such an easy way to create endless backgrounds all the time. And you can kind of start off with like 3 like colors that go together and then build from there. That's kind of how I built my stash. I didn't get everything at once, which I would have loved to, obviously. I kind of built up slowly, and then, you know, you don't have to worry about always having pattern paper for backgrounds, which I also love doing too. But I love that I can control what an ink blended background looks like, and I can replicate it over and over again. And if I wanted a pattern paper kind of feel, I could use a stencil. And then, you know, if I need to mass produce a card, I can. I don't have to worry about having 20 pages of the same pattern paper design. Coral. Oh yeah, thanks, Freya. I'm like, why did I think it was barnacles? That is so weird. So we're gonna start. I'm just gonna color the whole kind of top part with Kitsch Flamingo, and then I'm just gonna add in the worn lipstick on the top. That. Add a little bit of this. See, we're still giving some worn lipstick some love. And it definitely has a more, no pun intended, I guess. It's not really a pun, but it's got a more coral feel too. But since I used this color for the octopus, I didn't want to create the coral in the card to be the same color. I wanted a little bit of a difference. Oh, where did my purple ink go? One second, I'm going to go hunt down my purple ink. Okay, I'm back. It was actually in my little studio, because it was I was taking pictures of the card, and that's where it was. I'm like, I didn't even clean up from when I created this card on Friday, so I don't know where it could have went to. But I have a little, I have like a little marble slab that I got from Home Depot that I use as like my background for taking pictures. And on my desk, I just kind of have a spot, and then everything hangs out there when I need to take pictures of it. So I'm just going to add the purple, and I'm going to go back in with the Kitsch Flamingo and blend out any harsh lines, etc. Move it over a little. Oops. That's perfect. And then I'm going to grab more Kitsch Flamingo. And just blend it out. And then a tiny bit more worn lipstick, and then we're done this part. There. Bring it up closer so you can see color difference. And then here's the little sea background. So I made sure if you wanted to ink blend with these little Whittle dies, I would use I use Bristol Smooth cardstock, which is safe for like watercoloring and ink blending, or you could even use watercolor paper. But something that is smooth so that you can spread the ink around nicely. Okay, I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit. Love this little mat. That aside. Okay. Next, what is next? Next, we're going to do something I didn't do when I made the card originally and actually stamp the sentiment first instead of doing it once everything was already made. So the sentiment actually is Sending Oceans of Love, which is from Heffy Doodle's Oceans of Love stamp set. I love mixing and matching different companies together and just kind of getting the most of what I have. So place this here, and then I actually still have the stamps from when I created the first card. So I'm just going to kind of play around if this is still good. It's a little bit different from where I placed the seascape die. Looks good to me, so I'm just going to ink it up with some VersaFine Onyx Black ink. What is the name company of the white? It's actually Waffle Flower. I can link to the shop if you like. Let's find it. Love it. It comes in 2 different sizes, and I of course have both because they both work great for their different uses. I thought I would use the smaller one more for like crops and going on the road and stuff, but actually I reach for it most of the time. Why isn't it coming up? Let's see. Tools. Oh, no, that's not going to make it better. Let's see if my internet will cooperate. Ah, yes. So I'll add the link to the little one. But there is a larger one that has like little, like a little palette where you can put color mediums. The little one. Okay, so we'll ink this up. No problem at all. Oh, let's make sure this magnet is out of the way. Oh, missed a spot. And then I'm just gonna wipe away this just in case. Just gonna carefully do it so that I don't like smush down, and there we go. Another save from the Misty. Same with the Misty actually too. I use the mini one way more than the original size one. But again, they both have their uses. So we got our sentiment on the card front here. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to trace this here so that I can add this to the back. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot. We have to ink blend the little coral. And we were talking about it too. So let's do that now, and then I won't need to mask. So when I did the first card, I forgot about it. So I had to put masking paper underneath that, like underneath it, to color it, and it worked out fine. The memo tape is a dream. It's also another lifesaver, or craft, or paper saver, if you will. So I'm just adding it here so that I just ink blend the actual coral and not more than what I want. It's basically just protecting. And then I kind of reuse these little pieces as long as I can without it before it gets too, sometimes when it gets too mangly, you just gotta let it go because you don't want to transfer any color on to your next project. But I kind of just keep them around. So I don't have to go through them super, super quick. So I'm gonna take a little bit of spun sugar and add a little bit of color. What I like about these dyes is you can kind of go any color scheme you like. I kind of gravitate towards purple and pinks, but you could do more of an orange, whatever you kind of are feeling. It's interesting to see everyone's different take on the same stuff. So I'm just carefully adding color to the coral. Until I'm happy, and then I'll remove the mask. That. And wipe this up quickly. And then if you did get more ink in more places than you bargained for, I keep my mono sand eraser close by, and then I'll just fix it up a little bit. I'm going to shake my desk a little, I think. Now, like I said, it doesn't perform miracles, but it does a pretty decent job in hiding out any imperfections. So now we're going to add a little piece of acetate. This one's actually the Lawn Fawn. Acetate paper, which works super awesome, but any acetate paper. Oh, look, there's a little cat fur. It's really warm in here, like I've probably said a million times, so the cats love it in here because they like when it's hot for some reason, even though they have fur. I don't get it. So they try to get in here as often as they can. So add the acetate, like that. And then I have some, Margaret says I have to use my eraser a lot. Yeah, that's why I have it. I have this like little tool thing I keep close by with all the things that I need. If I have kind of an idea of what I'm doing, I'll put everything I need here, and keep it close by. And I totally forgot we have to trace this. See, there's always something that's forgotten. Let me see if I can take it out. This is me. This is a circus behind the scene of me just going too fast. So I'm just gonna do this quickly because it's gonna save us some heartache later. Just want to know where I'm going to glue this down, and then we'll add more. It doesn't have to be the whole way around, just so I know that it goes here. Just erase the pencil mark. So of course I can't do a simple shaker card. Just checking that it's going to be in the right spot. Looks pretty good because this will be kind of leveled up a little bit. So no one's going to see that this is kind of cut off. Margaret says cats love the craft room to lay on top of all the paper crafts. Yes. And they like to take the twine. Oh, thanks, Margaret. That's so sweet. Yeah, they kind of have a limit. They're good for a little bit, And then they get to a point where they just get into trouble. And then I got to lure them out with either treats or with twine that they don't get. So that I feel like the treats are at least better because I'm not teasing them, because I'm not actually going to give them the twine. Okay, that's pretty good. Now we can adhere this again. Let's see. That's kind of why I like the tape runner. I use it when I can. Sometimes you just can't use it all the time. But I like to use it when I can because it's pretty forgiving when you need to fix something. And usually for me, that's all the time. And see the smudge too. Get the sand eraser. Although I should have waited to the end, because who knows, we might smudge other things. I love the white, like the clean and simple look with the white backgrounds. They tend to get the most inky. Oh. Sticky there. I'm just going to wipe it away. Okay, just wiping that away. There was a little bit of stick from the adhesive that I shouldn't have used. Okay, perfect. So that's what we have here, and then we're going to create what we're going to keep, hopefully, the shaker bits in with. So I have some 3D foam tape, and I'm just going to get a really long piece. And then I'm going to kind of fold it in on itself. Hopefully. Okay, I think. Just want to make sure it's long enough. I'm just going to cut it. So I take this long piece and attach it onto each other, hopefully evenly. I'm holding my breath here. Like that, okay. So that kind of makes it extra thick, and then it's hard to maneuver like that. So then I'm just gonna cut a little skinny piece. Like probably about that much. That, and I'm going to save this for another day. And then I'm going to remove the release backing to one of them. And then I'm just going to go around as best that I can. I might have to move. I don't really want to move the backing paper on this one yet, but I might not have a choice. Let's see, hopefully I made it long enough. This is an adventure we're taking together. So I'm just trying to get it as close as I can. Swirl it around until it meets over here. Okay. And then I'm just going to cut it. Oh, cut it a tiny bit more. I don't want any space here. So hopefully that is secure enough. Fingers crossed. And then I'm going to add a little bit of anti-static, just for when we put the sequins in. So I have an assortment of clear sequins that we're just going to add in. You can see why I don't cook right here. And then you just add it in, and then you get it to stick to... I should have used the little tray I have with the Studio Katya little tray. That would have been better. Okay, goes there. Move these aside, and then I'm going to add in a little bit of Wow sparkles. Let's see, just a little bit like that. And then actually I'm going to take this double, the rest that's left, and we're going to add it around the edges here. And then we'll cut out more if we need more. Judy says busy, but we'll watch the replay. Awesome, Judy, thank you. Sundays are always that kind of little mad dash to get everything done for the rest of the week. Kind of setting everything up. We're lucky-ish. We're lucky, of course we're lucky. Tomorrow's a PA day for my son, so that's nice. We don't have to worry so much. He is kind of over, he's over this virtual learning, and I cannot say I blame him. Let's just cut this. So has anybody made a shaker card? Let me know, put a little hearts or thumbs up. I find this 3D and 3M foam tape is kind of really nice for shaker stuff, but I don't use it for anything else really. So we're just gonna get a little bit more. So if you wanted to try a shaker card, basically all you need is acetate paper, some sequins or glitter, and 3D foam tape, and you're good to go. I think it was one of the first interactive kind of cards I created, because it's probably the least intimidating. And then Tonic Studios has the little pouches that they have, which make it really easy. So I'm just making sure there's an even amount. And every time I do that, I'm like, okay, don't disrupt the sequins. Do not want that on our hands today. You really don't. Oh, remove the backing on this one. The double tape, just because I want it to be a little bit higher for the sequins. I don't know if you have to, like if you had bigger sequins, you don't necessarily need to do the double it up. It's just, it's kind of thin by itself. You could probably, if you had thicker foam tape, that's probably good enough. But this one is not super, super thick, and it just kind of makes it so that everything stays secure. And I'm probably using way too much of it, but I just really want this to work on camera. So, but you can see you do need, I use a lot of it, so I don't make shaker cards all the time, but when I do, I add lots of tape. I don't think I've ever tried doing it with just one layer of tape. What's everyone's consensus? What do you guys think? Do you add two layers or one layer? Or just use a thicker with foam tape? See, if you look, it's really thin. It might not hold the sequins in place good enough. And then I'm just gonna add this here. Probably don't need to. Okay, that should be good. And then we're gonna remove all the backing, and then we're gonna hold our breath very carefully and put it down like that. So let's hope this works. You've never, yes. I would suggest doing the double, because you can see you want to keep everything in its little spot here. Or you can start off with like the tonic pouches, which come, which is how I created the one from the class that we're doing. So it kind of takes all of that out for you because it's done already. And then you don't even have to add any foam tape, and you just glue it down. But this is the, if you want to turn one of your dies into kind of a shaker die, you can. So I'm carefully holding on to this because I've had where I've taken the release paper out and I've moved everything and everything goes everywhere. I've had that happen, and I'm probably not the only one, so I'm being very careful to make sure. That's good. Okay. And then we're just going to put this down like this, and we're going to hold our breath because we only have one. I'm going to stand up for this. We only have one shot for this. So just it's like I'm at the card Olympics. Okay. Okay. Success. We did it, guys. And look, there's no glitter. Yay! I can actually send this one to someone. I can't send my original one to anyone because they'll get glitter everywhere. Could you put the foam tape on the cardstock with the blended image and sprinkle in the sequins? Could I put the foam tape on the cardstock with the blended image? I guess you could. Yeah, I don't see... It would just be the same to make sure this is straight. Either way, I think you just have to... Whatever's easy for you. For me, it's just easier to put the backing... like put this down and put the backing on. But once you kind of create, you kind of have your kind of sort of way that you do things. Thank you. I was like, okay, we got to do this. So after I made the first card and I failed, but I know why. It's because I had to lift it up and then things got caught in all the little adhesive. So I went on YouTube and I was like, how did I do it the correct way? And I did. It's just I had to fix a mistake. So lesson learned. So here's our cute little octopus. And then I'm just going to kind of add some dimension. We're on my regular, much beloved foam squares. They were handy. They were, I promise you. And they're white, so they're, oh, here they are, yep. They're probably right in front of me. So my desk is white. So things kind of hide in plain sight a lot of the times. Margaret says, great, now I have to buy the stamp. Yes, you do. Which, the little die for the octopus? Teresa says, what did we do before YouTube? Yeah, I don't know what people did before YouTube, honestly. Even with my son, like he uses it all the time. He's on Roblox a lot, and he made his own little game on Roblox, and he wanted to make an ad to, like, I guess you can make an ad and then people can see it and go click on his game. And he asked me to download this like what's the word? I've never heard of this program before, so I didn't want to download it on my computer. So I said, hey, you know what, Canva, why don't we use, I'll show you how to use it. I'll put it on the computer, and then I'll show you this in a little bit. And I come back an hour later, and he like figured out how to use Canva by going on YouTube and doing a tutorial. So, oh, that is true, Rhea. I still love magazines, actually. But there's something about watching a video of someone do it, because pictures are good for, I find for me personally, pictures are great for initial inspiration, and then sometimes you just want the mechanics, so YouTube is definitely helpful. But I've been spoiled. I grew up with YouTube. So I'm just going to pop up the little octopus here, like that. Just making sure I'm counting the little legs to make sure there's enough, which I'm sure there was. Glue. How do I not have glue here? Oh, I do. Oh, no problem, Margaret. That. And remove the backing here. Let's do one more double check. Yep, we're good. Where do we want to put the octopus on this card? Right here. And we'll add some sequins. I was testing it to make sure, because I was going to say, I think I'm going to pick one of the viewers to send this card to. So if you want me to send you this card, leave a comment, and I'm going to pick someone randomly, and I can mail it to you, because this is a great way for me to actually send out my cards, because that is why we create them to begin with. So I want to give one lucky person the card. So if you're watching this on replay, I'm not going to pick a winner until Wednesday. So don't worry about not being included. So if you're watching on a replay, just leave a comment saying yes, you would like to receive this card, and then I'll draw a random person and send it out. So I was going through my my stash of cards, because sometimes if I'm being honest, I kind of hoard them a little bit when I create them, and then I go back, and then if something comes up, there's like a birthday or something, I'll go through them. But I really should send more of them out, because I've got to make room for more cards, right? Just like we make room for more stamps. I'm just kind of arranging these. You guys know, if you watch all the time, usually they end up sort of in the same spot for most of my cards. But I like to, this is kind of a mix of Picket Fence and Gina K and some other ones from my stash that I probably bought years ago. So they kind of just, once they kind of hit perfectly on the card, that's when they end up here. And then we're going to glue this with my embellishment wand, which is also in my quote-unquote studio. So just reach over and grab it. Which stamp is the sentiment from? It is actually from, it's called Oceans of Love by Heffy Doodle. So it comes with these super cute images that you can color in. And then it has some really fun little puns, like your star wall. I've used this one for so many cards for my son, because, I like to give encouragement cards to him all the time. And then, I'm honestly a little jelly. That could be for, like, if you have a coworker that you love who's leaving, and you're a ray of sunshine. And then, of course, the Sending Oceans of Love is up here. I love the different mixing and matching the fonts, so that's been well loved. So that's the stamp set. Go grab a link. Let's see. Okay. Oceans of Love. No problem. Oh, thanks, Freya. Yay. Awesome. It's one of my much loved Heffy Doodle sets. Just gonna glue this down. That. And we're good to go. So that's our little shaker card we created, and this time I did it right. Yay, thumbs up for me. If you like this video, definitely like it, love it, thumbs up. That would be amazing. It helps Facebook know that you're interested, and it'll show you more of when we go live quicker. If you want more adventures behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram. You can follow Scrap and Stamp at Scrap and Stamp Canada. You can follow me at jess.mcafee. And I love, love, love having everybody in my craft room for the afternoon. And thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend. I'm going to probably go outside now that it's cooled down. And I'm going to hope the raccoon has safely come down from the tree, and I'm going to force myself outside. When it gets hot, I definitely like to stay inside, but when it kind of cools down, I'm going to go enjoy the patio in the back. I hope everyone else gets to do that too, and I will see everyone on Wednesday. The glue, Deb asked, what glue is that? It's actually the Lawn Fawn glue tube. It's probably my favorite one. There's similar ones. There's Studio Katia, and then there's Gina K. I think they're pretty much all similar. I just happen to have this one, and I love it because it comes out at the perfect speed for me. It doesn't really clog, and it dries clear, so it's very forgiving. So I love it. But anyways, thank you. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the weekend, and I will see everyone on Wednesday. Bye.